Good morning, everyone. Yeah, 1st of December today, and do you know what? The year has actually just gone past really, really fast. It's been kind of a okay kind of a year for me. How was it like for you guys, really? I mean, I don't know. I feel like 2022 kind of just went past really, really fast. Anyway, let's quickly have a look at US30. I'm not really going to do any other pairs just because it's NFP week and literally I don't really trade during NFP week unless I really, really kind of like just take something and keep it very, very tight and play along with it. But otherwise, I am actually really, really I don't really trade too much on an happy week. I just stay away. I use this week really just to kind of see what the market does and just learn other things, kind of like just watch other YouTube videos and just improve my trading skill sets, or I just do markups really. So yes, that's just for an happy week. So let's just do anyway a quick look at it. So if I drop to the daily, you can see yesterday it was a nice bull run up, right? So yesterday actually I did take a trade, which was great. I'll show you guys that in a minute. But anyway, so yes, we had a nice bull run up. So if you guys actually see from the previous videos, we did do our initial markups to this point here. Do you guys see this red line? The two red lines here, the dotted red lines. So basically, let me just increase the screen. Okay, so basically it was a fake out at this liquidity level. Price did not come down to do the next liquidity levels. I'm just actually just going to remove that because we do have another liquidity level right here. Okay. Or kinda here as well. This bit here, which yeah, I mean, I do think so. This is for a downtrend, really. So these two levels. So these are levels that I would actually keep an eye on. Price today, I think it's going to come for a retracement, and price on a higher time frame, I still do believe that it could still possibly push up more. Let's just look at the monthly. Yeah, if you see monthly, I do think price could go up a bit more and potentially even just go up, rally up. But right now, I feel like we would have a retracement today. So it could be a sell kind of a day today, I believe. Anyway, that's what I think. But like again, the chart's gotta kind of tell us. Let's just on the yeah, so do you know honestly when it's like on a rally either way, I feel like price just goes without respecting like the retracement and the fib and stuff like that. So again it can be quite hard to say, but I do feel like it could come for a slight drop just to touch the zones, possibly, because we have drawn certain zones here, have we not? Look at this here. So price could literally come here, touch, reject this, and go up. There is a support resistance line here as well, which you could just reject and just hover around this region. If we were to draw a fib on yesterday's um move, the retracement could somewhere, yeah, the retracement is on the second, this, the second support resistance, so into the zone, reject it, and then go rally up again. I'm not going it's basically the same way we have drawn in the previous videos. Come down into the zone, fly up, do a retest, and then basically go all the way up. So right now it has gone up, but there hasn't really been a retest candle, so we can assume this is going to be a retest candle on a higher time frame. However, I am going to drop to the 5 minutes just to quickly show you guys where was the trade yesterday that panned out. So it was this one. Let's delete this. This was the previous one. So this one was a trade. Didn't stay in it for too long though. I just did a quick one and came out. So basically, I went in here when this 200 EMA was crossing over. So in fact, at this point here, it didn't really fan out the way, how would I say, that I would want it to fan this way, if that makes sense. Yes, but then I saw a bullish pin bar print, and I kind of felt like there was going to be, because I was already saying in the video the price potentially could go up. So I was basically just taking a buy, kept my stop loss really, really tight. And so basically the entry was at that candle. So I'm just going to show you guys a quick one. I went in somewhere about here, slightly above this, about there. And my stop loss was just at the zone, and I took it 1:5, or but I think I took it to this. I can't remember now, guys. I need to look at my trade, but it was somewhere about there. I didn't really keep the trade going. I put it in and I just left it. I was not following it, which is kind of sad because actually, if you just watched it, we could have just trailed stop loss and just ran all the way up, which would have been great. But I didn't. I just put it into this support resistance line. And basically, it took me out at that point. So it was a good profit though. So we made 200 pips, so which is great. Um, yeah, I mean, if we had been watching the trade, we could have been trailing the stop loss, but I was not basically. So, I went in at this and I just left it, set it, and I closed it because to me, NFP week is just one of the. I think just because of previous experiences where I've traded during an NFP week and I've been burned so badly. And I remember way back, like I think. Not in my early days, but in the days where I basically was just trading, and I used to trade NFP week, and I remember just blowing accounts. I've done that many times, by the way. And blowing accounts is just again a lesson, and I just keep going, And times that sometimes you just don't learn your lesson and you keep repeating those mistakes. So again, like what I've always said, trading is not really so much about just the skill set. It's also a lot about the mindset. It teaches us a lot about ourselves than the trade in itself, which I find it really, really amazing because for me it was like, oh, I know how to trade, I can do this. But most often than not, if you notice, you take a trade and then it just takes you out and then it goes back in the direction that you want. That's just because you didn't give enough allowance, or maybe because you stop loss. I mean, your lot size was just crazy huge, not enough for your account size, and basically takes you out. You don't have that account size for that lot size that you are trading in. And again, another rule that we really I sometimes still till today don't really adhere to this, but I think it is super important to keep reinforcing in our mindset we must not lose anything more than 1% of our account a day, because sometimes I do go up to 2%, which is not very healthy, I personally feel, because then, this is something I feel like the more we lose, the more we have to make back. And personally, I trade a funded account. So it's kind of annoying because you can't really cash out until you are in profit. So it comes to those times like, okay, you're in profit, great, you do a cash out, and then you're back to the original again. um, and if you lose trades, and I've realized one thing, like losing is part of the game. I get that, but then I also realize that the more we lose, the more I've got to actually make back before I can see a profit, and then withdraw those profits. You know what I mean? So I'm actually really, really cautious about how much I tend to lose now, because it is hard work to make back all those losses, and I don't like doing that too often, So I kind of really keep it really tight. So that was that for NFP week. Really, I just took it just because I felt like it. But honestly, we could have ridden this whole thing really all the way to the top. That would have given us a good 616 pips. Wow, that's really amazing in it. Like, and literally no drawdown whatsoever, guys. So literally went in the trade and it just flew. And yeah, so when I came back and saw it, I think by the time I saw it, it was already up there somewhere, and it was just amazing. But yes, no, so I only caught it like up to the support resistance lines. My entry was at this candle again. I'll show you guys. Hold on. Entry was at the bullish. I mean, if you watched all my videos by now, you would know how I do my entry. So it was in this candle at the close of this bullish pin bar print was my entry level, and basically I took it to my support resistance line. That's where I took it. In fact, I did want to put it to the zone, but because there was a support resistance line here, I felt like it might come here, do a rejection candle, touch the zone, but it's actually a rejection candle, and go back right down. That was what I was thinking it might do. So I was a bit worried about this area here. So that was why I took it right up to the support resistance, and I didn't even dare put it to the zone just because I was worried if it would even go there. But it flew there, it touched into the zone, came back to do a retest, and basically went up. So that was that in the 5 minutes. But if you can actually see previously, we drew the zone, so it kind of went out, came back in to test the zone. This is a new zone that we had drawn there, so I'm just actually going to remove it so you guys don't get how do you call that, confused. So this was the old zone that we drew. So basically price went up, came back into the zone, did a retest candle, and this was basically the buy button. Buy candle, I mean. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So right now price is like on a downward trend on a 5 minute. You can actually see it's like on a down. Can you guys see that? Like, it's just basically small little wicks, small little candles, and the moving averages are kind of messed up right here now. So it's basically a consolidation area, but we do see the hidden bear. So I do think price is going to go back down to this zone. This is what I feel. But again, not trading this messy thing, even in a 5 minutes, it's pretty messy for me. So this is really what I think price is going to do. I think overall for me, let's look at the monthly. Overall for me, price is literally on a beautiful buy. This is how I see it. Um, yeah, if you can see on a daily, guys, I know it looks messy, so I'm just gonna kind of, we don't want these indicators right now. Okay, I'm gonna move this indicator. Okay, so you can actually see the price as broken structure. Now we just have to wait on a daily. We're going to see a retest, and this retest could possibly just be this zone. Come in, touch it, and then go up. So keep an eye on this. I feel today is a short-term sell, and long-term it is going to be a buy. I mean, we are teetering here, possibly coming down to the second 21 EMA here before it starts flying again. So it's a small really short sell. So I would basically stay away from the sales and let price go do its thing. Wait for a buy entry, if you guys really want to take a trade, and then wait for a proper rejection or a bullish buy entry before you actually go in, and then yeah, and I think we should be able to do nice buys. So that's my take on US 30 for today. Um, Today is Thursday, isn't it? So yeah, Friday typically I feel like it's just again one of those days. I feel like next week might be really interesting just to see where price is at, and hopefully we get nice trends going and we can really, really take nice long trades. I mean, yesterday was a beautiful one to be fair, but having said that, I mean, there was really no entry even on a 30 minutes. Look, can you see? Like it was so messy here, and literally we had a nice bullish candle, and there was no retest, nothing. There was no pin bars. It just went flying. So that that would have been so difficult to find any candle entries. I mean, this to me would have been a rejection, nice one as well if you were to try and trade the 15 minutes, but your entry would have been right at the top here. Do you know what I'm saying? So you would have been here entry. You still wouldn't have had any drawdowns whatsoever. Let me just put this up there. Okay, so you could have taken entry here, and but you see the stop loss would have been right below here. So for me, whenever I see long wicks, I feel like that means my stop loss is bigger. I mean, you didn't have any drawdowns, but again, it was just one of those things. I didn't take it here. I took it at the 5 minutes, just so that also found a better um entry. That's one, and number two was that it was actually really starting to fan out, so I knew that it was going to go up. How much I didn't know, but yeah, any amount of pips is a good amount of pips anyway, and 200 pips is a lot for US 30. Any pairs actually, 200 pips is crazy. But yes, so we are currently right now, I believe, beautiful uptrend, but it's kind of teetering here. So basically, you could still fly the handle upwards. Again, it's just really what price wants to do. I feel like mm, not a trade I would take anyway, guys. So I would just wait for a breakout. If it's not going to go do a retest, if it's not going to come down, it has to go up, give you a nice bullish candle, basically, and literally give you a rejection or a pin bar, and then you take it for a buy. Yeah, so that's my take. But just because on a daily, I feel it is going to be um mm, there might be a retracement. But again, sometimes, when the buyers are in the market, it or either way, whichever trend is in the market, when it gets really, really bullish or bearish, you can see that it just flies without much retracements going on. So we wait to see. But again, this is what I feel, a small retracement, short-term sell, and basically a long-term buy. That's my take on US 30 for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and you can kind of just see where price might go. And just be careful trading. As I said, every week you can get long spikes if you're trading US 30. Any other pairs, again, the same thing. Do proper analysis. Top-down analysis is a must. Like you have to really, really understand where the overall trend is going, where your liquidity zones are at, and understand all of that and trade safely. Okay, be prepared for like long weeks and long spikes and so on, and keep your stop losses very, very tight if you are going to be trading this week. And yes, happy trading, safe trading, and see you guys tomorrow.